Hey, Nick Dar here with Business Over a Brew. Pleased to shoot this episode at the Old Bakery Beer Company here in Alton. As a lot of you know, the location where we used to shoot the show, Great Rivers Tap and Grill, decided to close down, as businesses do sometimes, and kind of left us scrambling a little bit, looking for a location to shoot our next episode. And on very short notice, we called Lauren at Old Bakery here, and she was immediately said, sure, come down and shoot it. So just very generous of them to let us use the space on such short notice to shoot the show here. It's a really terrific business. They really run a great place here at Old Bakery. And it's a good fit for our show too, because they're a great business, and obviously they serve brew and make it here. So it's a terrific place to have it. If you haven't had lunch here or dinner, I highly recommend you do that. The food is terrific. The beer selection is great bourbon selection as well. So it's just a great place to hang out in a historic building here in Alton. So come check out Old Bakery Beer, and thanks again to Lauren and everybody for letting us have the show here at Old Bakery in Alton. Welcome to Business Over a Brew. I'm your host, Nick Dar. The show is brought to you by the Riverbend Growth Association. Appreciate their partnership and all they do for the community, especially the small business community here in the Riverbend. And thanks, of course, to our host here at Old Bakery Beer Company. Great place to have a drink, have a meal. I highly recommend that you visit. Pleased to be joined in this episode by Natalie Steinacher from Strategic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I did it right before the camera was on, and then I messed it up. But I will keep going. So, hey, give us the history of the business and tell us a little bit about it.
So my husband, Keith Steinacher, he got into Jiu-Jitsu about 14 and a half years ago. In fact, he just earned his black belt because it takes a long time to do so in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he, at about blue belt, he started like feeling kind of like it's almost like a calling to be a teacher, like to teach it and have your own school. So he opened up Strategic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu back when he was like a purple belt, which is almost not unheard of, but it's not common.
How far along the line is that for?
Typically, a person doesn't open a school until like brown or black belt typically. But he did it, and it just started growing, and we are now, we're in our fourth location in Alton because of the growth.
That's a good reason to change
Yeah,
locations.
that's a good reason. And we are opening up our third location in Carrollton, Illinois in April.
Okay.
Due to just the fact that, because we have a Hardin location now and a Carrollton location that's opening up.
How do you manage all those different locations?
He's got a Natalie.
Okay,
that's what it is. I came on, I actually got to quit my full-time day job and come on as the business manager. I used to be a recruiter for Rankin Technical College. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, Rankin was amazing. But I am using most of those skills to help our business grow. So it's kind of one of those things like, why would I be using my skills to help someone else's business grow when I could be doing it for ours? And we have seen almost I think the last time Keith did the numbers, it was like a 60-something% growth since I came on full-time July 1st of 2023.
So you can really prove to him, hey, look, I'm really earning my key. I need a raise.
Yeah. I'm employee of the month. Every month.
So when he came to you and said, I'm thinking we should open a business, what were your thoughts? Is that something you had thought about doing before?
It was, but what had happened was we both started jiu-jitsu at the same time, and due to a few injuries and our children being small at the time, I had stopped.
Right.
So by the time that he opened up his business, the first time, the first Strategic 1.0 at that point, I was still, I wasn't kind of on the fence, and that first go around with jiu-jitsu, a lot of times as a white belt, you are really concentrated on that next belt. Like, when am I getting blue belt? When am I getting this, And I was a 3-stripe white belt when I stopped. And then when he went in on the Broadway location, the one that we're at now, the 2248 East Broadway, the kids were older and we were going all in. So the first 3 places we just rented from. Mm-hmm. This last building we bought outright. We own it. And so I figured, as a wife that wants to support her husband, for one, if he's going to go all in on this, I'm going to come back. So to help support him. because he's going to need the extra hands. He's going to need all of those things. And he did.
Right.
So I went all in again. But what we did is the agreement is that there was no way I was coming back after almost 6 years at that point, thinking I was a 3-stripe anything. So we stripped all my stripes and started me completely over.
Okay.
And I just actually earned my 4th stripe on my blue belt last night.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. So
for business owners out there watching the show, or maybe those thinking about becoming business owners in the future, talk about that decision to go all in. And
it was terrifying. It was terrifying. Basically, we were going to drop almost my income, basically my whole income that was a steady, guaranteed paycheck,
right, to
support my husband and his dream, which has now become ours, because oh my gosh, it's been rough. There are no off hours, but it's been amazing. So to the business owner that wants to do it, it's terrifying, but jump in with both feet.
Right.
That's the only way you're going to do it. And God forbid something happens and you've got to go back to the corporate world and do what you want, do the 9-to-5 thing again. But there was no way that I was going to keep my full-time day job and do this and help it grow and give it the attention that it needed and not have those what ifs. What if I had gone all the way in?
Right.
How would this be had I not jumped completely straight in?
There's certainly nothing wrong with 9-to-5 jobs or
No,
regular jobs
nothing.
and guaranteed paychecks. And I've had one too, and probably most people have.
Yeah.
But there is, it's another level of just kind of feeling alive, being an entrepreneur and owning your own business, and having that challenge. I mean, I guarantee you're rarely bored.
Rarely bored, rarely off. I
True,
mean, we were just laughing about this because a friend of mine posted about it on Facebook, because Keith was talking about reading lease agreements at 11 o'clock at night because you don't have off hours. And she said, isn't it funny that sometimes even a romantic dinner, especially when you're working with your spouse, turns into a business meeting?
Sure.
And it's true, it does every now and again, but it's one of those that it's totally worth it. It's those moments where you can upgrade something in the gym or add an extra program, hire extra coaches, because that's what we've done too. Some of our students are now purple and blue and purple belts. And then we have friends from within the Jiu-Jitsu community that are willing to come teach at our facility during their hours,
right,
and they get paid to do what they love. So it's been this really incredible experience that would not have happened had we not just jumped in.
Talk a little bit about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just the practice of it for just a little for those that don't know what it is.
It's basically folding laundry while people are still wearing their clothes. Or murder yoga. It's a couple of those things. It's actually a very fun way to learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. When someone is on you, you can't get out, your brain wants to panic. But you learn over time to not panic and think about how to get out of that now. How do you block somebody from hitting you maybe? Or in a women's self-defense issue, with women's self-defense altogether, a lot of times that they talk about fight or flight, but they forget about freeze. And a lot of times women will freeze in a bad situation, and you learn to overcome that in jiu-jitsu. You learn how to, where your brain doesn't exactly break anymore in those bad situations, and you can think, okay, well, I can arm lock him here, I can arm bar him here, I can break his wrist here, I can break his nose here, those kind of things.
It sounds like it's training that every entrepreneur and business owner should go through.
It is. It is such. It's almost like human chess. You are thinking 3 to 4 moves ahead, and the person is also trying to counter what you're doing. It is such a cool art in itself, because as you get up in level, the game gets harder, but you get smarter and you get more efficient. So like you got your white belt who's just like going all in, all muscle, all crazy. And then you've got your brown or black belt that's saying that just laying there like, okay, come on, let's do this.
Right.
And then they get down there and the white belt's going all crazy, and the brown and the black belt are just very efficient with their energy, very fluid, and it's just a level of mastery as you get
That's
further
where I
up.
want to get to as a business owner, to be that person who's efficient with their energy.
Yes.
And, not working, all the hours.
And we have found that the whole adage of work hard, play hard is very much so. As an entrepreneur, you are going to work hard.
Sure.
But if you don't play hard in your off time as much as you can, there's no balance. There's no balance there. So you got to learn both. And sleep when you're dead.
Sure. Right.
Sleep is for the weak at this point. Oh goodness. But take it when you can.
Right.
Get good vacations, get away from things for a little while, and then come back refreshed, ready to go and go at it.
What's been the biggest challenge for you guys so far?
The biggest challenge so far is learning how to manage all of it, like all of the social media, all of the all of the inquiries, all of the things. But you guys have been amazing with our website. Our website is amazing for that. So just a plug, I guess.
Thank you very much.
But you guys have
Yes,
been very helpful with that. And then learning the CRM on the background, in the back end, has been amazing. So that's highly, highly recommended. But just that little workflows, mastering the different needs of people. And you'll start to see patterns like, this always comes up, this always comes up, and this always comes up, and how do you do that? So I've been able to automate quite a bit because I always know that in an inquiry, they're gonna be asking about classes, this or this.
Sure.
So then I know exactly what, I have like little things that are already pre-made and just shoot it at them. So I'm not typing something up every single time. So you learn more efficient ways of using your time as you get better and you get more on your feet in your business.
Talk about the family involvement of the business, because you mentioned you have kids.
We do. Our oldest son, Alex, is 19, and our youngest is 18. Sean, he graduates this year. Alex has already graduated. He's making his own life. He's doing his apprenticeship for machinist, and Sean is wanting to go to SIUC for automotive and track and field. And we are able to, like this year, because this is his last year throwing discus and shot put, we're not gonna miss a thing because I don't have to ask off of work now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to ask. I mean, my boss is my husband. I'm like, I'm out, peace, I'm going. And so we've been able to have a lot more family time because I can work around it. Like when I'm on the field, in between throws, I can look at my phone and be like, okay, things are good. And then go back to what I'm doing. So you have to be able to like toggle back and forth or shut it completely off if you really, really need to. But this has allowed me a lot more flexibility and a lot more freedom.
It's funny that you mentioned being on the track field or wherever and being able to run your business from there. That I'm 47. That technology took me a while. It's been there for a while. It just took me a while to get over that mental hurdle of you don't have to be in the office to do most of that. For me, most of the things I need to do.
If you can master your phone,
yes,
my goodness, you are able to answer anything anywhere, just not while you're driving.
Yes,
which.
And your client doesn't know the difference in most cases. So.
Yeah, which may have happened a couple times. But they don't know.
Right.
For insurance purposes, that never happened.
Right, absolutely. We would not do that. What goals do you have for the business in the next 3 years?
So in the next 3 years, our goals are continue to grow, but to grow the Hardin location into more of a solid program and to grow our Carrollton location into more of a solid program. Alton is starting to kind of it's on its own now. We've gotten to the point where the word of mouth is just going.
Right.
And they're able to access anything they need to on the website that you guys do, which is amazing. And then Hardin, we need to grow a little bit more. In Carrollton, we're just starting. So we don't know how fast. And
did you strategically pick those small towns?
Yes, we did, because a lot of times I grew up in a very small town. I'm kind of from all over, but I graduated from North Green in 97.
Sure.
That's telling you how old I am. And
still younger than me.
Only by a few years. But I graduated from there, and it seemed like the small towns get skipped over a lot with with because everybody's like, they want to be in Edwardsville, they want to be in Fairview Heights, they want to be in Alton, they want to be, but the problem is that by the time that a lot of the townspeople from there drive home from St. Louis, because that's where they usually have to go to work, they're not gonna drive back to Alton, or even with Carrollton, with Jacksonville, or they're not gonna drive back to St. Louis for an extracurricular activity. So by putting us in the town, we have gotten such good reception and enthusiastic reception from the people there, because they get skipped over a lot.
They really care about you succeeding. Like they
do.
If in a small town.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't tell you how welcoming Hardin has been, and then how the messages have been from the Carrollton people signing up on our interest list. It has been absolutely amazing. Like, it's such a small town welcoming thing, but it's such a huge impact on us. It makes us super excited to go and be there.
The cool thing, and maybe something that other business owners could learn from you guys, it sounds like you're really starting to develop a formula and a recipe for that's repeatable.
That was through trial and error, but yes, we have gotten it down to where it's repeatable now. Yeah.
So, and that's something that most business owners don't, even if you're not planning to expand, you should build your business that way.
That is duplicable. Yeah, so that you can we've been doing different things, and we have found that certain processes make us duplicable, and it's easier, and it gets less scary. Hardin was scary. Hardin was scary, and it was because we're thinking, how do we do this? Where do we find the spot? We found a spot. It was amazing. It's Miss Kim's dance studio in Hardin. It's this cute little place, and we walk in, and there's these littles doing tap dancing and everything, and then they get out, and the big kids get in there, and they're all in their uniforms, and then we have adult class, and they're all coming in, and they're excited. We have entire families that are training jiu-jitsu right now, both Alton and Hardin, and we've got entire families signed up on the interest list for Carrollton. So it's not, it's just this cool little process now that Carrollton's not as scary this time, because we know the interest list, we know how to keep them updated, we know we're getting a start date, we're getting, the mats ordered or the mat cover ordered, that kind of thing. So it's not been as scary, but Hardin was scary. So if you're thinking about duplicating your business maybe in a smaller town somewhere, that first one's going to be scary. Just do it. And then learn from that, tweak it a little bit, and it won't be as scary for the next time. Yeah.
What's one thing you wish more people knew about your business, or maybe about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
That we are the gym that everyone's included. We believe that Jiu-Jitsu, people can benefit from Jiu-Jitsu of every age, every skill level, every body type. You do not have to be in shape to do Jiu-Jitsu. You will get there. You do not have to be able to be flexible or anything like that. And you don't have to be 25 or 14 or 8. You can be 45. You can be, we have a couple of our practitioners that are 50 and 55. This is going to help you move and keep going and keep healthy through your golden years, and that is what I wish people understood, is that you don't have to be a certain body type to be in jiu-jitsu.
And it sounds like it's not just the physical part of it, maybe more so the mental part of it. Even.
Yeah, the mental capacity of it is definitely part of it, because you're learning. So that's also going to help in the golden years too, because you just keep learning. As you learn new moves, how to move your body, what works, what doesn't work for your body type, is just all those building more neural pathways every single time. And it is amazing. It is so much fun. It is so much fun. That first time you nail a throw and someone's feet go up and over and they're laughing the entire time, and they get on the ground and they ask you to do it again, that is a lot of fun. 2
more quick questions.
Sure.
Anybody that's out there maybe on the fence about joining the Growth Association, what would you say?
Do it. It is the mingles are a lot of fun. They're going to have a variety of different meeting times now. I heard that's coming up. So now it's not just at a certain time so that you can get in there. And then the fact that you are in front of so many people who are already there that know, all right, if someone comes to you and be like, hey, I want to do jiu-jitsu, you already know, hey, I know Natalie and Keith. Go here. We know it's like a relationship and it's trusted. It's a trusted relationship.
Right.
And that is all part of the RGBA is it's a trusted circle of business partners, but a trusted circle of friends that will refer you to other people.
Absolutely.
And you refer them to other people too. So it's like this cool circle thing.
Well said. If folks want to learn more about you guys, how can they do that?
They can call or text us at 618-328-3428, or they can go to strategicbjj.com.
Fabulous website.
It's a fabulous website. We loved it. We loved it. It has been such it's so amazing.
Well, I didn't even have to pay her to say that. It is a really
didn't.
great website, so check it out.
Yeah.
So, and Natalie, thanks so much for coming on the show. Best of luck to you and continued success in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank
Thanks.
you.